And now, World Improv Network proudly presents Community Court.
When two parties cannot solve a dispute, no. Community court is there to solve the problem. See?
Welcome to court, everybody. We got the honorary judge, William Law III. Aye.
All right. Well, I want to thank you, everyone, for being in court. I apologize for the smell of lacquer. We had some revarnishing done in the courtroom today, but I do have to say, if you would please not touch the do not touch signs over or sniff the lacquer, Bailiff.
I'm going through a real hard time now, Judge, okay? Just give me a freaking moment to sniff some of this paint.
All right. There's your moment. We need to continue
All
with
right,
the
okay, all
hearing
right.
today, plaintiff.
All right.
All right.
Who do we
Bailiff.
got here now, Judge?
All right. Well, today we've got a case that I tell you, I've never seen a case like this come across my courtroom in all my some odd years of doing the courtroom stuff. So, we have here today a man who is, well, that's interesting. He's suing NASA for not being able to land his homemade rocket on the moon.
You sure are shooting I'm right. I'm trying to get to the moon now. You understand here, Your Honorable Judge William Law III. I'm going to get to the moon one way or another, and NASA ain't going to keep me from getting there.
Well, for the court record,
Woo! Yeah, that's right, baby, America.
I don't know how to react to guns in the courtroom.
Okay.
All I can say is they're not allowed, so you please shoot.
No
You're
one-
shooting outside of
No
here.
one was shot, Your Honor.
Judge, I just want to say he scares the hell out of me with a gun.
Scared the hell out of a whole lot of sissy pants, monkey lies
All right, order in
like
the court.
you.
Order in the court. For the court record, I need to state your names, men. Now, I know this is a heated discussion because it's heating up already. We've already had a shooting, and I barely sat my butt down on my new cushion.
Now, there are going to be a couple more shots fired before this courtroom is cut down to session.
Sir, if you could just keep your...
Oh, I'm ready. I'm locked and I'm loaded. You watch what you say
That's
right
a
now.
cap
You watch
gun you
what...
got there. We took that other
Your
thing away.
Honor.
You can't a cap gun. All right.
Your Honor, he has about 10 or 15 guns. I've already taken about 3 or 4 from him, and he keeps pulling more out. I don't know where he's getting them.
I don't know where he's sticking them, but, well, that's beyond this call. All right, Mr.
Oh, I
Bob.
got plenty of foes.
Mr. Bob David Scott.
I did Robert David Scott for your damn information, Your Honor.
You're a prissy-footin' figure edition in my face, oh, one, I tell ya.
Oh, says the scoundrel in the black robe on the high chair over there. You think you better than me, Mr. Judge?
I'll let you know, just because I'm sitting higher than you don't make me better than you, even though I'm better than you because I'm higher than you.
Okay, everybody now just calm down. We got to get to the case here. Your Honor, I understand he's pushing your buttons, but you can't let him get...
Oh, I'm gonna get to him right now. Oh, Robert David Scott.
All right, Mr. Scott, I have you know you are seated in the ejection seat that we just had installed last week, so please tell the court what this is about. You had a homemade rocket you were trying to
I
land
had a
on the moon.
homemade rocket. Okay, my daddy gave it to me as a young man. I made some modifications to it. I upgraded it quite a bit. All right, it took me most of my adult life to get this rocket into flying shape. However, when I finally was ready to send it to the moon with myself and my dog Eugene on it, we were not able to go. NASA said, no airspace for you. You cannot get to the moon. You're not allowed to go. And I said, well, NASA, I'm going to take you to court on that. And here we are right now.
And here we are. So I understand, wow, this is a figure just beyond comprehension. You're suing NASA for $32 billion.
That's right. That's it. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's $322 billion.
$322 billion. All right.
That is correct,
I'll
Your
have
Honor.
the court register fired for that one.
Well, my dog Eugene is going through a lot of emotional stress now. He thought he was going to get to the moon about 3 months ago, and now he's still sitting on the earth. And what kind of way is that to treat the dog, the man's best friend?
Yeah, Mr. Scott, I understand you don't get out much. I would like to hear from the defendant, Colonel Sandy Albridge, who's representing NASA. Sir, what is your response to this?
First of all, as you can see, he's a loose cannon here in the courtroom. Okay,
A
Judge.
scoundrel would say such a thing.
Yeah. Basically what happened, Judge, let's just start from the beginning, okay? Bobby over there decided that he wanted to take his dog Eugene to space.
That's right.
And any kind of flight to space is sanctioned by NASA within the borders of the United States of America. We said, well, hold on, Mr. Bobby. We're going to have to assess your spaceship and whether or not it's going to go.
That's not true.
But what he really wanted to do, Judge, He wanted to fly to the moon, not just on his own private accord without any kind of sanction approval. Imagine flying airplanes and delivering passengers without FAA approval. That's what Eugene would have been, in trouble, in danger, on his own safety. Yes, just like that, Judge.
You hear that?
Yes, that's right.
All
And
right.
we brought the little model airplane to show what would happen if you and Eugene tried to go to space. So anyway, Judge, he wanted to fly tomorrow on the supermoon, which is going to be the brightest and the closest the moon has been.
I wouldn't need to use any headlights, Your Honor. If I were to fly on the supermoon, I could save a certain amount of energy without using my headlights. I'd use the light from the moon. I'd get right to the moon. I'd never even need to look for it. I'd just shoot straight to the big light in the sky, Your Honor. It makes perfect sense. God, thank it.
Well, if I may interrupt you, I have a picture of your rocket here.
Yes, that
and
is
it's
correct.
a Dayglow orange.
It is Dayglow Orange. It is a Kia. And yes, it does have several spoilers on the backside.
All right, it's got several spoilers on the backside. It's a Dayglow orange, and I see here there's a something that looks like a windmill on the front. Is that a
Yeah.
propeller?
That is a propeller, Your Honor. It flies up to 14 rotations a minute, which is pretty high.
All right. Well, on this figure, I see.
I'm gonna shoot that damn thing out of the Scott.
Sir, I need to
Yeah,
ask you
woo!
to.
Where you at, little plane? I'm gonna get you.
You need to keep your firearms unfired in this courtroom and buckle to your shackleness.
See, as you
Ah.
can see, Judge, he's a complete loose cannon. He was about to shoot that
Nope.
shotgun again. And secondly, he wanted to fly at night because he thought if you fly it at night, he could sneak up onto the moon in the morning.
Oh, this
So he
man is a
thought that-
liar and a cheat, Your Honor.
And he cannot fly a spaceship within the continental United States without NASA approval, period. That's just the way it works. And you see how aerodynamic his spaceship is? Here's a little model rocket right here. Let me show you how far it would have went.
Is that a-
Oh, it came right back down like my pen.
Am I being monitored by a submarine right now? What the hell is going? Where? What the? Okay, I'm getting my guns out, Your
That
Honor.
was
They got
our-
all sorts of surveillance
All right.
over me right now.
All right. Order. That was my private jet taking off without me. My wife's got a lunch meeting in Washington, D.C. with just her friend Betty Sue Wellen. So back to this case, gentlemen.
Right, well,
Now, Colonel Albridge, I understand that NASA is filing a counterclaim against Mr. Bob Daniel Scott.
Robert,
Yes, we are filing a claim against Bobby over there because what he is trying to do is incite people for private space travel that's unsanctioned. And if that were to succeed, and besides the fact that he wouldn't get more than 700 feet off the ground, kill his dog, then PETA and the ASPA would come
Hardly
after us for a
disagree.
dead dog flying
Ah,
in space
hard.
without any safety precautions, and it would burn back down to Earth, and then blood would be on our hands.
I
okay?
hardly disagree
So-
with you, Your Honor. Look, I implore every single citizen of the United States to get your rockets ready because you are not going to be able to stay here for long. You got
All
to
right,
get to the
excuse
moon.
me, gentlemen. I was just handed by the court administrator your past file, Mr. Scott,
Yeah, well,
and I see here-
What about it?
that you tried to make a homemade submarine and
Well,
take that to the Baltic Sea.
yeah, well, I was on my way. I was trying to get to Spain, and the fastest, most direct route was through the Indian Ocean and the Baltic Sea. So of course, I built a submarine. It was of all the highest specifications. It followed every single NCAA regulation necessary to be a college athlete.
Sir, this looks like a Volkswagen Beetle.
It is a Volkswagen Beetle with duct tape all over every single seal it needs to have a seal on. Now, Your Honor, you do not look like you are a submarineologist to me.
I
you
have
now?
you know
Are
that
you now?
I took a course in submarineology.
Oh, aren't you just a
I've
spring
seen
chicken
his
over
license, Bobby. He
Oh,
is
I-
a submariner.
here? Oh, I'm in a courtroom with a bunch of juvenile Jimmy Hoppers
Hey,
right
I'm
now.
sitting
I
higher
can't
than
believe.
you, Mr.
No.
Bob Daniel Scott.
Oh, it's Robert Daniel Scott.
I'm just doing it to push your buttons like
I
you're pushing
swear
mine.
to goodness, I will blow a hole in this top of this building
You just
so that
don't-
the rain comes right through
I
and
don't-
gets you all wet in your black
All
robe.
right, all
and then you'll be
right,
wet,
all
and everyone will
right,
laugh
all
at you.
right, all
And they'll
right,
say,
all
look at that bogus man.
All right, I'm not bogus. I have myself a lot of degrees, and one happens to be judgeship ruling in your case, sir, which you're filing, in which you are the plaintiff, which I can judge in or against your favor based on your behavior and the facts here in the courtroom, and I will keep talking.
Your
And
Honor,
if you interrupt me one more time, I'm going to
but-
stick a piece of
You-
candy cane down your throat until you choke on your uvula spit.
Oh my goodness, Your Honor, that was really, really
You got
aggressive.
5 seconds, Mr. Scott, to tell me why I should rule in your favor.
Your Honor,
3.
I will name the moon
Two.
after you as soon as I land.
Well, I like that. 1. And Mr. Colonel, Albridge, tell me why I should rule in NASA's favor.
Because we don't have $322 billion, period. We've been defunded over the last 8 to 10 years.
Just give me your rockets then.
All right, gentlemen, after listening to the facts of the case, I have to tell you that I'm going to call a draw in this case. You both.
That's crazy.
I want you to go grab
Wiggins.
I want you both to grab a cup of coffee and figure this out on your own, and you just file the paperwork in court, and that'll be my decision. Thank you very much.
I'm shooting my way out.
Stay tuned for Talking Points with Shabazz Davis. And make sure to give the Windcast your suggestions during the break on what topic Shabazz should swing a bat at. Next on Mile High Sports Radio.